People ask me, what kind of guys do you like? Do you know what kind of guys I like? I like the ones I can't have.
The lady has a wrathful as well as a beautiful face.
It's better. It's better than the drug because she makes everything okay.
Do you know who this night owl is?
She's some new DJ. She claims to broadcast on WPKV.
Oh, who is it? Your husband or your boyfriend? Listen, I'll tell you what I tell everyone else. There is no night owl employed by this station or any of our affiliate stations.
Did you meet her?
No.
She's in my head. What is so funny?
In 1993, Lifetime hired Jennifer Beals, a mere decade after her star-making turn in Flashdance.
They barely had time to towel her off.
Lifetime dropped her soaking wet into its TV movie Night Owl, where she plays Julia, a speech therapist who's worried that her husband might be getting intimate with a jazz ghost.
She needs to bust that ghost before he busts a nut in that ghost.
Gross. Anyway, the movie opens up with this pre-Sex and the City credit sequence.
More like Sax and the Shitty.
We open up on Julia meeting a man in a dark, seedy alleyway for some hot monogamy roleplay.
You know, I forgot to do the food shopping.
I figured.
Yeah.
The dry cleaning?
Oh, I can't win.
Her mother never taught her not to talk to men who blow things in alleyways.
When she tries to escape, he seduces her with his organ.
That's why professionals call it the sexobone.
Julia leaves her husband to play with his own horn because she has a date with her sister to see her local community college's performance of Catwoman.
Goddess of fertility, of creation, and yes, of destruction too.
She represents the duality in all women. Docile yet aggressive, nurturing yet ferocious.
Our culture needs her, that goddess, that feminine principle.
Catwomen are not contained by the rules of society. You follow your own desires.
If we continue to ignore the feminine powers of the universe, then one day I do believe they'll turn against us.
Yeah.
But it turns out that alleyway sexobonists aren't as faithful as they might seem.
In 5 years of marriage, Harry has one brief affair with one love-struck fan. I don't think he should be congratulated for his stupidity. Why don't you just tell me what's going on with you and Harry?
Nothing.
Nothing good or nothing bad.
Well, who was it who said that marriage is a minimum amount of privacy and a maximum amount of loneliness?
Dick Van Dyke.
Got a laugh?
Yes, I disagree.
You know who it was? Take a guess.
Not Dick Van Dyke.
No, it wasn't. Good. It was Paul Lynde.
Meanwhile, on another episode of Red Shoe Diaries, insatiable high-class jazz groupies are on the prowl.
Unfortunately, Pagliacci's understudy here still can't get a date.
Is every woman in New York out tonight? No, they're just out to me, isn't it?
Yeah, he also seems to be struggling with the concept of time.
Well, let's see. I thought Julie and I would last a couple of months. It's been, what, 5 years?
5? Yeah, wow.
Regardless of his own overwhelming deficiencies, he still finds it in him to heroically mock his friend's devotion to his wife in the dorkiest way possible.
Talking about you, Harry. The Iron Man, where temptation is concerned. The stony fortress that no babe can break down. No babe can break down this man.
Is this a period movie, or did this guy just get kicked in the head?
Maybe it's a period where a lot of people got kicked in the head.
Thankfully, this overheated, overwritten machismo is interrupted by the siren song of the night owl.
Ooh, baby. You have any idea what I could do with a voice like this? Oh, yes.
Spare us. You wish.
A night on the town turns into a night on the prowl for Harry and Alex, when a detour after their set leads them to a swanky underground club. Also known as a soundstage that only plays rejected Sonic the Hedgehog themes and lets in bald Scottish punk rock girls.
Lonely and fearing that his marriage is falling apart at the seams, Harry falls back on his saxophone to try and heal the wounds that words cannot.
The later the hour, the prettier the song.
Skibbity-bop-a-doo. I wanna scat on you.
Ew.
Alone, as usual, Alex finds himself seduced by the night owl, who might be more than just a sexy voice on the radio.
Oh, Mr. Lonely Boy, cruising down an alley. Mr. Tomcat, prowling in the dark. Yeah, mister, I'm talking to you.
She's haunting him like we're being haunted by the Phantom of Krautrock.
Hey, fun boys, wants to parties? We got boombox time, yeah! Does my fishnet make you uncomfortable?
Oh, damn it, get the broom again. In order to subsidize her husband's swinging jazz career, Julia toils away as a speech therapist.
Then this happens.
Patrick.
But despite his friendly glances, all might not be well with Dr. Patrick.
He stuck something in his ear. I think he's broken his eardrums.
She's in my head.
Unfortunately, Kojak is busy right now, so Jennifer Beals takes the case. And upon sloppily amateur investigation, she discovers that Dr. Patrick had purchased some curious self-help tapes.
Nice little wife. But you don't love her. You can't love her. When you try, how hard you try, then...
Please insert tape 2.
On the other side of town, Alex, looking like a child who got into their father's closet to play dress-up, tries to find the night owl, to no avail.
Something looks curiously familiar about that architecture. Hey Alex, what's that over the ledge?
Turn around. Now open your eyes. I'm here, Alex. It's me. Straight to you. Just for you.
Oh my god, it's David Coverdale. Man, I saw you in 85 at the Garden, got so fucked up in the parking lot. Yeah, Cinderella and Firehouse opened up for you. Oh, this crazy sleazy chick gave me an old-fashioned while you were ripping through Victim of Love. Hey, could you come back to my place and sign my copy and slip it in? Oh, man, nobody's gonna believe this. David Coverdale! And like a bird of prey, the night owl sinks her claws directly into Alex's mind.
It's like a drug, Eric, except it's better. It's better than a drug because she makes everything okay.
It's like a drug, but this is Ma and Pa Kettle's harmless LSD or after Bible school angel dust. The kids might call it Night Owl, but it goes by many names. Ragtime, Bebop, Crossover, Dixieland, Free, Jay, Jungle Cat, Jackrabbit, Smooth, Third Stream, Gypsy, and Trad. It's all jazz. You might think, hey, I just dabbled in a little Cole Porter once. It's no big deal. It's just a social thing. Sometimes I just need a little Fitzgerald to pick me up. But jazz isn't just some one-night Jezebel. She wants you forever. And once you're trapped in her bebopping fusion embrace, you'll not only kill yourself, but everyone you've ever loved. And when you get to hell, tell them Jazz sent you.
Touch ground. It's like nothing else you've ever known. And I'll be there for you. So fly. Fly.
He tried to tell me, but I didn't listen to him. How was I supposed to know? So the guy has fixation on some sexy voice.
So you did know about it then?
What?
So you did know about it then?
What?
So you did know about it then?
What? Yeah, I knew. So what? Oh. You think this is my fault, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you think I didn't come through for him. That's what you think, isn't it?
Yes. You got your friend killed, you piece
It's
of
getting really
shit.
hot in here, isn't it? Breathe. Get some air. You know, Alex was the freest man I ever knew. Do you even have a clue what it means to be free?
I think I know a little something about freedom.
Well, if this looks like freedom to you, then I think you better look again.
Oh, really? Why? Because it doesn't fit that perfect, ordered, rational world of yours?
No.
Perfect, ordered, rational world supported you when nobody wanted to hear you play. And sometimes it supported Alex and the rest of the band, too. Or don't you remember that?
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. You know, I'm so happy it's finally out in the open now that we can talk about it, because it's always been there, hasn't it?
You just can't get over how I rung up a bunch of late charges on your Blockbuster account.
Huh? How much I owe you? Right? Do you want me to pay back? How much? How much?
That's not what I was saying.
You know exactly how much I owe you, right down to the nickels and the dimes. Every red cent I owe you, every emotional debt. You're just itching to call in. You got it all tallied up in that little computer brain of yours, don't you?
Go to hell.
It smells like his pomade.
Julia and her dopey sister decide to go owl hunting, and fortunately, they have a pretty strong lead.
I'll tell you what I tell everyone else. There is no night owl employed by this station or any of our affiliate stations.
Or not. Harry desperately tries to escape the music, but unfortunately Rhythm is a dancer. It's a soul's companion. You can feel it everywhere.
The movie starts to traffic in sexual metaphors as Harry finds the night owl in a long, dark, moist tunnel.
Come. Nice and easy. I feel your loneliness. Breathe.
Oh my god. It's David Coverdale!
I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you.
Uh-oh. I think she looked at the credit card bill and saw he spent $500 on Whitesnake merchandise.
Later that night, as Julia mopes alone in her bed, the night owl attacks with the overwhelming special effects budget of a full moon production. Mortified, she turns to the dark underbelly of academia for answers, and we hear a terrifying tale of lust gone wrong.
To be more a part of his life, I went on a dig with him to Western Ireland. And it was this time of year. He heard the voice one day on a hilltop. He said it started calling to him, seducing him.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
Harry returns home with flowers, and as every woman knows, flowers means, I'm sorry I had an adulterous rendezvous with a ghost.
Julia, I've been looking all over town for you.
I was right here, in the place we live together and share. How far did you go? The tag on these flowers say they're from Jersey. What's wrong with you?
Alex's death, I guess it set me off. Anyway, there's some good news in all this.
We're getting a divorce.
I auditioned this new piano player this afternoon. He's a guy from New Orleans, and he's going to do the album with me.
Wait, you're a musician?
You wouldn't believe the things that ran through my head. The crazy idea is I actually sat down and listened to this old woman who tried
what?
to convince me
Wait, what old woman?
You know, one of those ones you put a quarter in and tells you your fortune. She told me to beware full moons and to wear wolfsbane around my neck.
And then he sells her the cock and bull story of a lifetime.
I guess we've all been moving in under a cloud around here lately since Alex. I talked to Alex's doctor. Did I tell you that? He'd been taking some kind of drug to help him sleep. I think maybe that's what did it to him, you know, the hallucinations and the delusions. I mean, supposedly this happened to a lot of people.
What was it with him and that DJ?
You mean the Night Owl? Boom, he fell hard. And then when he met her for coffee...
You met her?
Oh, yeah. She was doing this promotional gimmick. You know, you write in your address and she meets you. When he met her and she didn't look like a centerfold.
Did you?
Did I... what?
Did you meet her?
No. Anyway, Alex's history. I can't carry that baggage around with me anymore. Neither can you. I think it's dragging the two of us down.
Well, we do still have to plan his funeral. It's only been 8 hours.
Honey, just dump him in the Meadowlands and let the mob deal with him. We call that a jazz funeral.
Just a quick comment on their marriage here. She's willing to believe every lie that he tells her, except that he could ever be happy.
I mean, how you can get through life without a little faith? At this moment, I'm so happy. I've just never been this happy my whole life.
And her jazz wife instincts prove correct.
We're not disturbing you, are we?
No. How come you're not in the studio with Harry?
Well, the record's off. Harry canceled the recording time when he decided to put the record on hold. He said he didn't want to do a record so close to Alex's death.
What about the new piano player? Harry says he's great.
Julia, Harry fired that piano player before he even began.
With her sham of a marriage crumbling all around her, she seeks the closest thing she has to professional help.
Tell me how to fight her.
You are asking a woman who has lost the most important battle of her life how to fight.
Yeah, looking good.
Grasping at straws, Julia realizes that maybe she shouldn't have been making room for Jesus in the middle.
She cannot get in between two people unless there's a space for her to do it.
And now for the most awkward sex talk you've ever heard.
Empty spaces. She needs them. If you could, two of you could close some spaces between you. Both of you'd have to do it. Both of you would have to want to do it.
In order to exercise this musical phantom, Julia prepares to bang the drums slowly.
But she doesn't even have time to strip off her sexiest early 90s cardigan before Harry's obsession with the night owl drags him away.
I'm here for you.
And away, and away, and further away. How far are you going, Harry?
All the way to the roof, as it turns out. Thanks to New York's restrictive gun laws, Harry needs to head to higher ground to contemplate suicide.
And then he jumps. Movie over.
Okay, come on, Eric. We don't get to leave until we finish this thing for real.
Ugh, fine. Julia makes it at the last minute and saves him from a light breeze and a poorly composited toilet paper mummy.
In the movie's postscriptum, turns out the Night Owls pulled up stakes and moved to Cleveland, because as the song goes, Cleveland jazzes.
And she was never heard from again. Patrick, would you recommend The Funky Phantom's Revenge, a Scooby-Doo mystery?
I promised to say no to Jazz for Jesus. Eric, would you recommend The Night Owl?
Well, it did bring back memories of masturbating to 2 seconds of nipple in a Skinamax drama at 2 in the morning, so I would say no.